All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in my last video, I alluded to the fact that coming out of my trip, I was gassing for something like smaller, simpler, cheaper, but still very capable with the flash. And I alluded to the fact that something like an XT3 or XT4, or more in particular, an XT30, XT20 type camera might be the best. And so I ended up picking up this bad boy right here in this big box. This is the XT-30 Mark II, and we're gonna unbox it real fast and do an initial impressions and look at a few different lenses that would go on it as options. And just, yeah, because why not? It's this channel, that's what we do in this channel. We do these things on this channel. So let me rearrange this tripod and do a top-down type view, and we will take a look at this XT-30. All right, we're gonna try doing a little top-down unboxing here, which, see my hands, and the terrible autofocus of the SL2S. We'll see if we can get that to work. Here we go to this autofocus. Let's make sure it did. All right, got the box, got our handy dandy knife right here. Let's open this bad boy up. Nice Fujifilm box, typical stuff, which I'm glad to see they didn't go with a budget option here on that. As you open it up, you've got your registration information, so for warranty. Your typical brochure, software, talks about Capture One, if you can see that right there. I already have a updated new professional version of Capture One, which is what I use to edit, so that's great. Not useful for me, but useful for them. We'll go into the accessory side first. Almost dumped us there. We'll go to the accessory side first here. So open this bad boy up like this. And I got the kit lens here with the 18 to 55. I'm not sure if this is focusing or not, but this is the 18 to 55 kit lens. I wanted this lens because it's a good stabilized lens for a non-stabilized body. I can use it at 18 f2.8 for some of the video stuff that I might use this for. So you can tell this camera right here is not great for autofocus and other things, so there's that problem. And in this kit lens version, you get the 18 to 55, which I'm sure a million of you guys have seen that already. This is nothing new, but in good shape. These new ones, let's see where these are made. These ones are made in the Philippines. So yeah. But inside this box also you get obviously the lens hood, which I don't use lens hoods too much, but they are useful. So we'll take that out of there. And then you get the traditional Fujifilm strap. Now I have had both versions of the Fujifilm strap. I prefer this thinner one better, especially on smaller bodies, so I'm glad to see this. Also we have here a USB-A to USB-C charger. So this is a USB-C charging camera, which is kind of a staple or a required essential for all my cameras going forward. I don't want to have to bring big camera bricks if I don't need to with me on vacation, so this is cool. And then also in here we've got, get this thing out of here. We've got the battery, which is wedged. Here we go. Now this is the old style battery. The one that's got the crappier battery life. This is the old style battery. Good news is you can find these available cheap anywhere, the MPW126S batteries. Bad news is they're not the new ones, so that's kind of one of the things, the trade-offs here. All right, let's get all this off to the side. Put that on the ground. And we'll bring the camera and the box back in to play here. Okay. All right, so underneath here, I ended up going with the silver one this time. Now, typically, I'm a black camera kind of guy. I like to stealth it out. I decided to go silver and change it up. I'm not sure if that'll bother me or not. And here's the camera. Hopefully this is focusing right here. That's the XT-30. And as you've seen from the videos, there's not much different between this and the original XT-30. The only thing that shows different is on the bottom here. I think it says XT-30 Mark II right there, which not sure if you guys can see this, but I'll try and make it focus. Right there, it says XT-30 Mark II. So one of the things that I really liked about this camera is it has the SCM switch on it, which the XE4 does not have, which is great. The battery's not on, but There's a little pop-up flash as well. I've recently started to use flash a lot more than I thought I would, so it's cool to have this little flash here, and it doesn't look weird. It looks like it's just part of the housing. And yeah, it's a tiny little camera body. I like the fact that you get the joystick right here in the back. Now this joystick placement's a little bit weird. It's not up here where my thumb rests. It's a little bit below, but you need somewhere to rest your thumb, so I guess that makes a lot of sense. Then you got your autofocus lock and exposure lock, and then your front and your back wheels right here, which is great. So I like that. I'm gonna say let's see, screen does this. So it's not a three-way screen like the XE or XT3 or XT4 or XT5, I should say. The XT4 obviously is a flip screen, but it is a tilt up and down, which is great. And then the trash can and play button right there. Shutter speed, you know, it's interesting. I mean, it does feel like a cheaper camera, but it doesn't feel totally cheap. And I would imagine if I were to throw a grip on here or a little metal bracket, just like I did with the XE4, it would feel pretty good. What I do like is this grip feels pretty nice actually for a little camera. I kind of like that. I had, hopefully this is focusing for you guys, I had an XT-20 back in the day that I really, really liked. And this feels good. I like this. So we're gonna put the battery in it, mount some lenses up, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, cool. Let's put that little kit lens on. Get this out of here. Let's put the 18-55 on here. Hopefully this is focusing for you guys. 18-55 right here. Even with this lens, not a bad package overall. I could see myself buying a grip for future use to make it feel a little better. Let's put this down right here. This is kind of interesting. This is not bad. It feels a little bit small. Let's put this down and let's grab some of the smaller lenses here. So I've got here the 18-55 off. Let's throw the little 27mm f2.8 pancake on here. And this is really what I wanted it for. Look at how small this is. Look at the package on this. It's nice and tiny. And whoops, must have clicked the button. And if you wanted to throw this a little bit, I must be touching the screen. Anyways, you want to throw this a little bit different flash on here. You guys can see how that looks. The little EF-X8 flash to add a bit more to what they have here. So that's cool. It looks like the battery is pretty much exhausted. If you guys can see on the screen right there, it's blinking red at me. Yeah. So I'm going to charge this thing and we'll see how it looks in just a minute. All right, hopefully that top-down view worked for you guys. Get this light on my face a little bit more. All right, hopefully that top-down view worked for you guys a little bit. The autofocus on the SL2S is poor, so I kept trying to pump the focus, see if it worked. But interesting, like, you know, when I was in Nevis, like I said, there was a lot of times where I wanted a small package. I had this specifically in mind. I said it'd be really cool to have a pancake lens that was sharp, had good micro contrast, that did well on a decent sized sensor, APS-C in this case, but also had the ability for flash baked in. And yeah, this isn't the same size as a GR, pocketable, but it's close. Like I can throw this in my jacket pocket and it sits in there no problem. And that's really cool. The fact you get the film sims, all that stuff is awesome, USB-C charging, that's all good. The only downside that I knew about getting into this is that the headphone jack on this is a 2.5mm. If you can see this. It's 2.5mm, and so I have to have an adapter to plug into this. I do have a 2.5 to 3.5mm adapter, so if I want to do some video with it or some vlogging or whatever, I'll have to have that with me. I'll just keep one in my Rode Wireless Go mic thing, or maybe there's a way to keep it with me somewhere else. I don't know. I really want to stay at the camera because if a different mic like presents itself, it'd be great to have that. But nonetheless, this seems like it could be a pretty legit camera and a lot of fun. I gotta change the diopter and stuff like that and kind of get it dialed in, but it's a nice looking little camera, tiny little thing, and I think we're gonna get this set up and take some photos with it. We're going to do some vlogging, I'll take some photos, and I will come back in my next video with some samples, some video samples, some vlogging samples, autofocus samples, and just show you kind of some of the shots. So I'm gonna play with this for the next few days. We'll come back soon with some more options to talk about my initial impressions after using it for a few days. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Just a quick unboxing. Hopefully that worked out. I guess I'll see you in post when I edit this if the focus actually was acceptable. All right.